Hey guys, welcome to the Hoosier Huddle preview show. I'm Rylie Kyhn with Lauralys Shallow and Nate Comp. This week, Indiana takes on Ball State in a home matchup. Heading into Big Ten conference play next week, Indiana can't overlook this game, and it's going to be an important one. Nate, what do you think Indiana needs to watch for this week against the Cardinals?
Yeah, this will not be the same Ball State team that we saw last year that went 2-10 and lost their 9 straight games to finish the season. They're a good team this year. They played on the road at Notre Dame last week and only lost by 8 points. They battled them tough throughout the whole game. I think the two main people we're going to have to watch out for, both on the offensive side for Ball State, is both their quarterback, Rylie Neal, and then their running back, James Gilbert. Rylie Neal is a legit NFL product. He's a 6'6", 225-pound quarterback that he can throw the ball well, and he can beat you with his feet when he needs to. We saw him a couple times against Notre Dame get pressure and escape it and actually lower the shoulder and get first downs. So he's going to definitely be one to watch for. He was injured last year, but now he's back. Secondly, the James Gilbert at running back. He's really good, really fast, and he just plays really well off of Rylie Neal. So we'll have to watch out for him as well.
Nate mentioned the offensive weapons that Ball State has, but on Saturday night, we saw one emerge for IU. Stevie Scott ran for 204 yards as a true freshman. Lauralys, what did you see out of Scott that you were impressed with?
Yeah, so Stevie Scott had a monster game against Virginia. I mean, he ripped out a 40-yarder for that first touchdown, and then he had another 42-yard run in the second half. So we saw tremendous speed out of him. I kind of saw him for his frame as more of like a power runner, put him in third and short situations, goal line situations. But what I saw out of Stevie Scott was the ability to just make huge plays, and so I think he just really showed that he is a solid running back that IU really needs because they've already lost 2 backs this year. So I think we just saw a really strong performance out of a true freshman, and running backs are looking pretty good right now for IU in that number 1 spot.
I agree, and we also saw 2 veterans who were injured last season. Let's talk about Donovan, Hale, and Nick Westbrook a little bit.
Yeah, they have been huge in the passing game. Donovan Hale's had a touchdown in each game. He had 2 against Florida International University and 1 against Virginia. And then Nick Westbrook had a good game against FIU and then had his first touchdown of the year against UVA. So having those 2 back has been huge for Indiana in the passing game. And I think against Ball State, what I saw when they played Notre Dame was they kind of struggled with defending the pass. So I think that'll be good for IU if they can establish Stevie Scott's running game and be able to have play action looking deep to Donovan Hale and Nick Westbrook. I think the offense should be rolling against Ball State.
We mentioned earlier how Ball State has a couple offensive weapons. Nate, how do you think the Indiana defense is going to match up against those?
Yeah, so like I said, Ball State has a solid offense, so it'll come again down to the Indiana defense to decide this game. We've seen it in both the first 2. We felt like it was not the best defensive performance against FIU. They improved a lot against Virginia, stopped the dual threat quarterback of Bryce Perkins. Now it'll really come down to whether or not we can stop the attack that Ball State has with Rylie Neal and James Gilbert. Their offense is really predicated on just getting the ball out of Rylie Neal's hands quickly into the hands of their playmakers. So it'll really come down to the defensive backs of Indiana. One person I really have to highlight is Jonathan Crawford. He's had a good performance so far this year. He had that pick 6 in the very first game against FIU. He's really going to have to step up and lead the young unit of defensive backs for Indiana so that they can stop the offensive attack for Ball State.
And this is going to be a key week for the defense, just getting more experience heading into Big Ten conference play next week. You can catch the game at noon on BTN on Saturday. For Lauralys Shallow and Nate Comp, I'm Rylie Kyhn. Thanks for watching the Hoosier Huddle Preview Show.